anything, just ask me and I will ask the nurse, see how things are going now, what they're going to do with you.
It's obviously an emergency department. People come in here very anxious, very worried, and to be met with friendly faces of the Robins, they're just wonderful.
A patient may come into A&E and meet a Robin in A&E where they will receive reassurance and company whilst they wait for tests and news as to how fit and well or poorly they actually are. When they go up onto the wards, then they might meet another Robin up there who just helps to make their stay in hospital a little bit more comfortable. And they support the patient's journey through hospital.
Look at that haircut you can do.
Leaving your child in the theatre to go under anaesthetic can sometimes be quite traumatic. I tend to be there when the parents come back from the theatre to have a coffee and a chat, and it's a lovely way to be able to support them.
Afternoon, Julian. Nice afternoon, isn't it?
What the Robins do is provide a friendly face. They befriend the patient, so the patients feel more relaxed, more at home. These patients are very, very anxious when they have their first treatments especially. And for the Robins, they offer them a cup of tea, they offer friendship, they sit down and speak to them, and it's sometimes a role that the nurse can't fulfil.
Yes, we're befrienders, and that's our main objective. Really, we ask them what the requirements are, there's things that are in our remit.
Well, I come here about 5:30, booking at 5:30, and then that starts my shift. About lunchtime I go home, and when I walk out of this door I feel elated. You know, I'm tired, but I feel elated and I go home happy. I know I've done a good shift, I've helped people. It's just wonderful, is this place. I just love it.
I'm 18. I come here once a week in the morning till the afternoon. I do it because I want to be a nurse, so it's the experience I get out of it, and it's so enjoyable.
The patients all the time on the ward always say how helpful you are. They're always smiling, they're always thanking you. So it does feel like you're making a big difference to them. You're sort of making their stay at the hospital more enjoyable for them.
Always happy and cheerful in the morning, and there's always time for a little chat, which in hospital is nice, isn't it? You know, because everybody's so busy. They're always there to help you, but I think the thing I like as well is there's a bit of a chat. You know, they sort of will stop and have a bit of a chat with you, which I enjoy with them, a bit of a joke.
We just need you to stay nice and still during the operation. If you've got any concerns or problems, just squeeze Chris's hand and we'll stop and make you more comfortable. What we do involves operations down a microscope where small movements can make a big difference. So by having a Robin present in theatre, it puts the patient at ease.
We reassure the patient if they're anxious about anything at all. They might want to sneeze, they might want to cough, anything at all, to squeeze our hand as hard as they can. It's surprisingly the patients that really want to thank us afterwards.
I don't know what day. No, because it's a bank holiday, isn't it? Then they do it.
It's on Friday. It's on a Friday.
I feel as if I'm on a level with them, not being a teenager myself, and I find that I have an understanding after being in hospital myself over the years, and would like to give something back.
Well, the benefits for volunteers are well rehearsed, because we know that it's beneficial for volunteers to volunteer, but also for our patients and the staff to have these additional people around that are not part of our regular staff but are there inputting into patient care is extremely valuable to us, and once you've had it you really don't want to be without it.
From the staff point of view, they are extremely helpful to us. We're a very busy department. Staff appreciate very much all the help that they give us and the support that they give us. And I know from talking to patients that they find their befriending and talking to them very supportive, really, at a very worrying time.
Taxpayers are paying for this scheme through the way that our budgets are set and the way that we've allocated money to our volunteers, managers and coordinators. So there is a return there. It's not to replace anything that healthcare staff are doing, but it augments what they're doing, it strengthens it and just adds that little certain something. So most members of the public, wherever they're coming into contact with volunteers, will benefit from that.
The scheme is supporting people from our local communities and also people from outside of the local community who have come here perhaps on holiday. And the volunteers themselves get an awful lot out of doing this. Many of them live out in isolated communities and quite a number live on their own. This is a really social opportunity for them to come into the hospital. They mix with the patients, with the staff and obviously the other volunteers, and out of it has grown some quite significant friendships.
You can't put a value on what the Robins do, they're priceless. What they do for the patient is to reassure them, and you can't put a price on that.
All patients should have a befriender. I think it's important. All hospitals would benefit, definitely.
I'm extremely proud of them. It is an absolute privilege to work alongside them. They're inspiring. I'm always very, very proud of what they achieve and I find that very rewarding.